Sketching up your robot in Google and probably now Trimble SketchUp. You can download it from these two sites. First thing, you need to set up your workspace after you've downloaded it. So you need to go into your preferences, go into template, and you want to choose units that make sense. We're working with a small robot, so you want to use millimeters or feet and inches. Now you can't draw the parts you need for your robot without measuring them, and calipers are a really great tool for measuring very precisely. I'm going to show you very quickly how to sketch up parts, but there are tons of very great SketchUp tutorials on YouTube. Let's start with the rectangle tool. You click, pull out a length and width that you might want. You can also type in to the lower right hand corner the dimensions that you would prefer. I'm using dimensions that I measured from a servo motor. Besides the tools in your toolbar, you can also see more tools by going to View, Large Tool Set. Another useful tool is the tape measure tool. One thing it does, obviously, is it measures the length of sides. Next tool is the push-pull tool. This is what makes our flat shapes become three-dimensional. You can pull it up, and then when you want a specific distance, you can type that into the lower right-hand corner and hit enter. Another really cool thing about the tape measure tool is that it will help you create guidelines. I use it to make parallel lines all the time of a certain distance, so I pull it to one side, type in the distance that I want it to be set apart from. I can then very easily create rectangles that I want and then push and pull them out. You can delete unneeded guidelines by going to Edit, Delete Guides. I'm pretty lazy. I've been only drawing half of the servo. So what I do then is I choose all of it, and then I do Command C for copy, Command V for paste, and now I need to flip it. I use the scale tool to flip it. I choose the axis I want, and then I use a scale of -1 to flip it in the opposite direction. The orbit tool is pretty cool. It lets you rotate around your view of the model. The hand tool is the pan tool. It allows you to move it to the left, to the right, or to the up or down. This move tool is not for moving your view, but for moving parts. Lock onto a point and then line it up with where you want it to be. Now you can see I have some extra lines, and I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Just click on them, press the delete button. Back to the tape measure tool. I need to find the middle. So what I can do is I can come out from one of the edges with the tape measure tool, and then when you get a light blue dot, that means that's the midpoint, and then you can click and it puts a guide right down the middle. I'm going to offset from this side about 10 millimeters, and then I'm going to use the circle tool to draw a circle. You can give it the radius in the lower right hand corner of the screen. I'm going to push it up and add the last few details of the motor. Sometimes you can lock in on the center of circles, but it looks like I'm having a hard time now. This is another place where I can use the tape measure tool. I click on the edge, and for some reason it will find the dark blue center of the circle better. Go back to my circle drawing tool. Now that I have the intersection, it's very easy to find the center. You'll see that when we push it down, it has a negative number. Negative numbers will go down or into the object. I think I'm going to put in the final details here pretty quickly. And to finish it off, I can choose the whole thing, click the paint bucket tool, and choose the correct color to paint the part. Now that you've gone through all the effort of measuring and sketching up your part, you may want to share it. You can do this by clicking the Share Model button, logging in with your Google account, providing some information about your model, and then clicking Upload. Remember, there are a lot more tutorials on YouTube.